our next guest?
All right, Hart, the next two are two men, Michael Hirsch, who collects comic books, and a man who makes large German ships and then blows them up. And his name is Paul Alexander.
All right, thanks very much, folks. All right. Paul Alexander makes large German ships and blows them up.
That's right.
Why do you do this?
Well, let's just say we're refighting World War II, and we just haven't had the time to lose yet.
Now, do you do this on any specific date of the year or any occasion?
Yeah, we do it on Victoria Day. Every May 24th we do it.
And you actually build a ship? How big a ship would that be?
Between 8 and 21 feet long.
8 and 21 feet long?
Yeah, it depends on the model. If it's a full-size cruiser, we usually go around 10, 15 feet. And if it's a destroyer or torpedo boat or something like that, we'll compromise and make it around maybe 5 or 8 feet long.
And do you fill it with explosives?
Yeah.
Or fireworks?
No, explosives and fireworks.
I guess the property values in your area are pretty high, are they?
No. I haven't seen any of our neighbors move out because of it.
Do people gather around to watch this?
Yeah, at a distance they do.
And is it dangerous? Could you get hurt?
No, not really. We've done it in the past few years on a way so everything can be safe. So there will be no worry of burns or accidents or anything like that.
I see. Well, that's very good. I guess each year you need a new captain.
Yeah, we've often thought about that, and some of the little kids on our street that give us trouble or something like that, we've often thought of making them into the captain.
Are these precise replicas?
Yeah, they are.
Are you a shipbuilder by trade?
No, I'm a gunsmith.
Oh, a gunsmith. I see. What do you want to do for a living? What do you do for a living?
Well, I want to be a black powder gunsmith. That's muzzle-loading guns and things like that.
Black power?
No.
Oh, black powder.
No, those people are a little bit too big to fit down the
What
barrel.
does a gunsmith now do?
Well, depends on your what you mean by gunsmith. I mean, a lot of modern gunsmiths are just buy parts and put the parts into modern guns. But what a black powder gunsmith does is they usually build a gun right from scratch.
They build guns right up from scratch?
Yeah.
Do you have any guns? And have you brought any here tonight?
No.
Excellent. Our next guest. That is fascinating. Really is. And you deserve to certainly be on this show. Because you qualify with a high degree of eccentricity and exoticism. Michael Hirsch collects...
Why am I on this show?
Well, I've asked this question too, Michael. You collect comic books.
That's right.
What kind of comic books do you collect?
Well, I've got the world's largest collection of Canadian comic books. And
Canadian comic books?
That's right. We did comic books during the Second World War, and I have them all.
You have all the comic books during the Second World War?
Yeah, the Canadian ones that were done.
And what were the names of these comic books? Because I wouldn't remember.
What's really interesting is there was a character called Johnny Canuck, and he was sort of our Captain America, our Uncle Sam. And
did he say Shazam or go into a phone booth?
No, but he did say they'd better start making stronger rope to hold Canadians captive, and, that's certainly tough enough. He also...
This guy does not sound like the most intelligent guy.
Well,
he tells the enemy how to tie up our guys tighter, and he's a hero. Was he a real soldier, or was he just...
No, he was, a mythical character. Like, before him there was Jack Canuck, and there was a Janie Canuck, and it goes back hundreds of years.
Was there a boy Canuck?
No, but there was definitely a Dame Canuck.
And did this give our fellas in the Second World War some sort of team spirit, or...?
Yeah, well, they figured they'd go out there and wrestle Hitler face to face, and they could certainly wipe the whole German army out. And what I've been doing is collecting some of the memorabilia that goes along with the comics.
Okay, what do you have?
Well, what I've got here are some of the stamps that they gave out if you wrote in the contest that they ran. And you won a contest, you could win one of these stamps. And this is one that shows Johnny Canuck tied up against the wall, and he's saying precisely that famous line about holding Canadians captive.
Do you have any with Johnny Canuck winning?
Well, he was always a very big winner. He freed Yugoslavia. I hope you're quite aware of that.
That's good. That's excellent. Really, I'm sure all of Yugoslavia is indebted to Johnny Canuck.
To this day, there's a statue in Zagreb of Johnny Canuck and his pal dog.
That's fascinating.
Yeah,
I didn't know
that's-
this fellow exists. Is there a lot of fan club of younger people who are
Yeah,
Johnny
in
Canuck
fact, there's
fans?
something called the Johnny Canuck Society.
And if they want to join the people viewing, how do they write in?
Well, they could write to 525 King Street West, and they will certainly get a membership card.
Excellent. Well, that's great. Really, I think it's good to have this sort of thing, and it's good that you have a job. Now, we're going to ask you some questions. You can win some money, so you can buy a new gun and you can buy some stamps. And the first is sports. You can bet $50. How much do you want to bet on sports?
Okay.
We'll go 10.
Now tell me.
We'll go 10.
$10. Big deal here. Fred Sherrill, coach of the Philadelphia Flyers, wants to quit hockey and become a vet, a lawyer, or an engineer. A vet, a lawyer, or an engineer. Or a punk.
A vet.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that because you think the Flyers are animals? Is that what you're saying? No, that's wrong. The answer is a lawyer. You've lost $10, but $40 buys a lot of comic books. Let's go into politics. How much would you like to buy? Bet. Bet a little bit. You're going to lose.
We'll go 20.
$20 for politics. True or false? There are 264 members of Parliament. True or false?
True.
True is correct, and the audience is correct too. So let's. All right, that's great. We've got $60, and here we go. Out of the 60, how much do you want to bet for birthplaces of famous people? Quickly, out of 60, how much do you want to bet?
30.
$30. John Diefenbaker, and that's Diefenbaker, was born in Alberta, Ontario, or Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan.
That is wrong, and I'm sorry. He was born in Ontario. Isn't that strange? I'm sorry, you've lost your money, but you've got $30.
Can I take my stamps with me?
And you can take your stamps and the gunsmith, and we will see who is the winner, Warren, because you did very well today. Let's have some applause for these folks.
If they'd guessed right on John Diefenbaker, they'd have won $90, but they didn't. So the winners are Elizabeth Richards, the Egg Lady, and Barry Webb, who's the snowmobiler.
The Egg Lady and the Snowmobiler. What a wonderful story that's going to be. All right. You have a chance to double up, and there's actually a question. Thank you, Warren. Just flown in from a bar in Toronto. I'm going to ask you this question. You can double your money. You can't win any less. All right? A number of years ago, Gulf service stations were called by another name. What was that name? Your answer?
BA.
BA is correct. You've doubled your money. You've got $200, and you are the winners of this week's show. All right. You did very well. You played the game very well. Let me ask you something. What is a handway, ma'am? What is it?
Oh, it was a awful joke. Do you want to hear the other
What
joke?
is a handway?
There's no such thing. It weighs 1.5 pounds or whatever. And you're a comedian. How could you do that?
Well, I must say that British Columbia has a marvelous sense of humor. As a province, they've sent their best representative. Are there other jokes out there in BC?
Yes.
Well, give us another example.
Well, I was wondering why Ontario cows wear bells around their necks.
Why do Ontario
Yeah, why?
cows wear bells around their neck?
Because their horns don't work.
They're All right, you got me. Thank you very much for the contestants that came on tonight. I'd like to thank the audience out there and in our viewing studios. We'd like to say good night, and we'll see you again next week on Double Up. Bye-bye.